Chair Shot Reality playlist here on Wrestling Inc. every single weekend. Have some weeks off, but it's summertime. Even we have to take a little bit of a break every now and again. He's Josh Eisenberg down there in Florida looking so beachy. I'm Justin LeBar up here in, well, it's actually not too bad in Pittsburgh, PA.
You look good, Justin. You got some color on your face. Yeah. It looks like you're really soaking in the Maryland weather back down to Pennsylvania. I'm jealous of you.
I'm trying to keep up with you.
That's right. It's hard to do.
What's not hard to do is picture Roman Reigns in another title match. Here we go again. Done. Yeah, segues. Here we go again. Roman Reigns beats Bobby Lashley. I don't know about you, Josh. I did not call this one. I thought it would be Bobby Lashley all the way. Reigns wins. He's going to fight Lesnar again for the Universal title at SummerSlam. At least right now, that's what it seems like it's going to be. We will get Lesnar in Miami at Raw this Monday. So if anything was going to change, it would happen, you think, this Monday. But I mean, usually when they start to create promotional material and make a match for an event like SummerSlam, that's normally the match it's going to be. I don't see a deviation of a triple threat or anything happening. Do you?
I would have said yes to a triple threat if Lashley wasn't pinned clean. Yeah. And yes, he had one victory against Roman Reigns at Extreme Rules, but that doesn't mean anything now. I'm very surprised that they went again for the fourth time with Lesnar and Reigns, because time and time again we see WWE just rebel against Roman Reigns being billed as a top guy. And if Roman Reigns was facing somebody else, I don't think fans would care. But the fact that we've seen this match at 31, at WrestleMania, at the Greatest Royal Rumble, and then now obviously at SummerSlam, it shows to me that WWE doesn't necessarily want to see Brock Lesnar versus somebody that is maybe 70 or 80 pounds smaller than him. A guy like, Seth Rollins, or a guy like Finn Balor. And I was even warming up to the idea, if we did see a return of the Demon King of Finn Balor, that'd be kind of cool to see against Brock Lesnar, the Beast versus the Demon King. That could be easily built up to SummerSlam, and that's when obviously Finn Balor won his first only Universal Championship. But now you see Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, and you see, what do they do with everybody else? If Bobby Lashley's not involved in this match, where does he go? Does he go against, hell, I don't even know where he goes. Does he go against a Finn Balor and Elias, I guess? But at the same time, Justin, if you say it's Elias, I think Elias could be more occupied with actually doing his concert at SummerSlam and maybe get interrupted by a real American.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's all possible. I mean, if you need a match for Elias, just by the way that Lashley was the last person to interrupt Elias, the way they shot the camera on Elias kind of storming off the stage, I was expecting Elias to come in and cost, if at least get involved in the match, which could have then made a DQ, which could have got Lashley the win. But like you said, Lashley got beat clean, so hard to make a case that they're going to insert him into this title match. Reigns versus Lesnar, again, this doesn't move the needle for me, and I've been, other than the one at the Greatest Royal Rumble, I think I've seen all the Reigns Lesnar matches live, and they're not that they're bad matches, but it's just, how many times are we going to do this? Now, obviously, this has an interesting angle to it, because one, we have a very prominent figure in Braun Strowman walking around with a briefcase. We also know that Brock Lesnar is going back to the UFC by the start of 2019. So I will say that for everybody who wants to analyze all the out-of-the-ring stuff, this is maybe the most interesting match because of all those factors. But tell that to the 20,000 people in Brooklyn that are just going to crap all over it.
And that's the thing. I think it'd be different if it was a pay-per-view that didn't have these diehard fans. You go somewhere like Denver or somewhere that they really – I mean, Roman Reigns about a month and a half ago got a great reaction. I can't remember, maybe it was in St. Louis or something in the Midwest or in the central part of the country. But you're going to the most diehard fan base area, and which is the northeastern part of obviously New York, and then Philadelphia, which a lot of Philadelphia fans are going to make that hour and a half commute there for the show. I wonder if this is Vince McMahon's way of saying to the fans, to everybody else, that you can have whatever the hell you want on SmackDown. I will give you two former TNA guys competing for the championship at my biggest show. I will also give you Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, a feud that everybody still wants to see come to fruition, and the climax of that one. But I'll be damned if my WWE Monday Night Raw is not going to have the guy that I've been trying to push for the past 5 years.
Well, there certainly seems like there would be some truth to that. Everything you said, would
truth.
would
Look
make
at WrestleMania,
sense.
Justin.
Right.
WrestleMania is exactly the same. It's not. It's fact. It's absolute fact. That's how he views it.
Look, I mean, Roman Reigns is still. I mean, look, merchandise-wise, he's still the guy. He's still a guy. If he doesn't show up at a house show, if he got sick all of a sudden, you're offering refunds. I mean, again, like it or not, he still matters to people one way or the other. I think it's just, again, I'm watching the trickle-down effect, because we have Reigns versus Lesnar. Lesnar is being booked as of now for the night after SummerSlam on Raw. So again, it leaves a lot of questions here. I mean, they could easily have Brock Lesnar win again, but then maybe he gets the title pulled off of him the next night. however they do it, whether it's a cash-in or we've never seen Lesnar have a match on Raw since his return in this era.
Yeah.
How fitting would that be? I mean, the night after SummerSlam was where Braun Strowman debuted with the Wyatt family. So there's a lot of factors here at play, but it's ballsy that WWE is going to go once again for the next 3 weeks here. That this is what they're going to tout. Is they're going to say you're going to see Roman Reigns once again in a repeat match.
Give me an odds, 50-50 chance, 25% chance that somehow Bobby Lashley inserts himself into this match.
I'll give it a third. I'll give it about 33%.
I get it, triple threat through.
and I give it until this Monday. Once we get out of this week's Raw in Miami, it's not happening. If the match is not altered with Brock there in person, then it's not going to happen. Then I imagine we'll see Bobby Lashley go off and do something else, whoever that might be. So let me ask you this right now: while we're this many weeks out, give me a percentage. What's the percentage that Brock Lesnar walks out of SummerSlam still champion?
Right now, 75%.
Wow.
I'm giving high odds early. They will drop as we come closer, as we see how the storyline's built. But that next night on Raw, that gets my juices flowing, especially since it's still going to be in the Barclays Center.
No chance that Kevin Owens takes his briefcase away, right? This is just a stipulation to add some flavor to this.
This is to make it exciting somehow, some way. And last but not least in this, Justin, Finn Balor, where does he drop?
I have no answer for that.
McIntyre, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's amazing.
That's why you make the IC title a fatal four-way. You add Balor in there. You add Drew McIntyre in there. You show a slight little piece of dissension between McIntyre and Ziggler to keep things fresh. But they won't do that.
Isn't it amazing? What was it? Two SummerSlams ago when he wins the Universal Championship, Finn, that is, obviously has to vacate it the next day because of the injury. It's just amazing the difference of 2 years. I mean, now, there was such concentrated booking on him at that time, and now 2 years later, I mean, it really, I can't even answer where he goes for SummerSlam. It's just a loss in the shuffle.
And it's amazing to me, too, because after he's been putting on, decent matches, okay feuds, I guess he stays with Baron Corbin at SummerSlam. That's a likely scenario, I guess, but not many people want to see that. When does the Demon King come back? That's Finn Balor's draw. I know he's happy. He's Finn for everyone. He's smiling. He's doing his too sweet. But there needs to be a point in his character where you see that. It's been way too long and way too overdue since we've seen Finn Balor as the Demon King.
Well, it's a fun attraction, but as we said before, the problem is that once he's that, it then makes regular old Finn just seem like regular old Finn. That's the problem with alter egos. That's the problem with alter egos.
But with this, he's gotten so much over as himself right now, though, Justin. He's gotten over as Finn Balor. So whenever you need to spice things up, whenever you need to say, how can a feud elevate itself more for Finn Balor? How do you do that? You do that by putting the paint on. You have him going out there being a badass. The lights change a little bit different. I mean, I can only take so much of Happy Finn where I'm going to be like, okay, it's another Finn Balor match where he does a coup de grace and ends it. I need more aggression from him. I think that's the one thing he's missing. That's something that Seth Rollins does not need, but that's something that Finn Balor does.
I agree. Well, look, maybe let's just call it what it is. Maybe Finn just doesn't want to take 3 hours to get the paint on him for Dean. I don't know. Who knows what it is? He wants to go to catering.
That's possible. Maybe he'll put the paint back on with the man with more in his name debuts, huh?
We got more coming up here. We're going to talk about the all-women's pay-per-view that was announced, Evolution. I don't think Motorhead will be singing for that one. We're also talking about NXT TakeOvers. Things getting pretty spicy and mixed up in the NXT world. So we'll talk about all that here. Chair Shot Rally on Wrestling Inc. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, do what you got to do.